Welcome to the Archangel Michael's chat, the darkness of YouTube. But as God has said, let there be light. And there was a bit of light in the world where my people used to look. Used to be no moon when they first opened their eyes to the stars. Well, wasn't last night an interesting live? Hello, how are you going? The Archangel Michael is live on YouTube. I hope you are well. What are you looking at, Gat? Gat's annoying me just by staring at me. Okay, now he's licking himself. So, last night, that was not planned at all. Car accident right behind me. The way it sounded, I thought it was my car. And believe you me, oh, hello, Kiki Eyes. Wasn't last night very interesting? Yes, I think because I didn't do the Lord's Prayer, see? So we better get into that very quickly. Yes, well, it was very interesting last night. I found it quite funny myself. Now here's the trick. Hello, Temper. Here's the trick. If someone come out of the dark while I was out there, out of the dark with a mask on, well, even though this is pretty ironic, and I am the guy wearing the mask, well, if it was me and someone walked out of the dark with a mask on, I wouldn't have been too sure whether I want to be talking to that guy or not. In a sense, if you know what I mean. So, last night's events, well, that was something unique. No sooner than I got out the car, bang! I thought it was my car, it sounded that close. And to go up, and there's this disorientated guy. I know what he was on. I figured out that situation once I looked at it properly. But, well, unless the stone pillar grows legs and runs out in front of the road, I have no idea how he hit that. Well, I do, but I'll find out eventually. But yes, bang, he was shaken. Took a step back when he seen this guy come out of the dark with a mask on. He shit his pants. But if you notice, he even had a Jesus shirt on. So Jesus must have been protecting that one. It's surprising he didn't go through the windshield. But this is very ironic. Happened to have an accident right there, and this guy appears out of the dark with a mask on, saying he's the Archangel Michael. I hope he didn't think he was in heaven. Hello. Up summer heads. Yes, how are you going? Welcome to the Archangel Michael's chat. I was just about to get the Lord's Prayer ready very shortly. I was just discussing some of the things that happened in my last night's chat when I was out live on the street. Very interesting. Very interesting indeed. Well, thank you very much. That is good. Well, if you are registered on the number, I will do it. I will do a short, because I do a short for everyone that joins. I do not know what you look like, so I just use my imagination and I give you the number. But I don't see anyone else doing anything for anyone that joins. Say hello, thank you, make it wane, stuff like that. But I'm not like that. I like to give a little, like to take you on an adventure. Welcome to Sparta. But you must remember now, Sparta has certain rules. No retreat, no surrender. This is our code, our law. And once a Spartan, always a Spartan. Try not to break the phalanx. Because if one link falls in the phalanx, The phalanx shatters. These are basic rules you should keep with yourself and your family. And if you stick with Sparta, well, we will look after you. And one day, if you have a problem, we might be able to deal with it. This is what it's all about. I need to grow it strong so it gets to a state where I can actually reimburse, because I've got nothing to reimburse it with at the moment. The more that is given, the more I can give back. I will not be like these other companies. I will take the smallest percentage, if any at all, just to make it function, and the rest will be given back. That is how it should be done. That's how giving should be done. Reverse policy should be done for all these non-fundable, non-taxable organizations, like the Cancer Foundation and all the churches. They should reverse it. They should only be allowed to keep 15%, and 85% they have to give back. At the moment, the law is the other way around. Out of the 100% they pull in, they only have to give 15% back to the community to make it a viable, non-taxable organization. 85% goes into the pocket. How about that? That's how you run one of those help organizations. Why do you think they haven't saved the world yet, UNICEF, or anything like that? And how many years have they been pumping it out? Even Greenpeace. All these companies have had billions and billions and billions and billions of dollars. Where is it all? In some big mansion, some rich guy, looking at all the slaves, thinking how they're going to do the next bullshit ad, run the same thing. That kid that was gonna die skinny 25 years ago is still the same ad today. He's dead. Stop beating the dead ones. Don't you know that? You go on there, watch all these, help me, give me money, save the children, starving, or blind. And you go over there and they're still in the same boat, no matter what. So stop giving. That will put a stop on their game. If everyone stopped giving to all these giving places and started actually putting the money and directing the money to proper places, well, you watch the change of the narrative then. You'll have no more of these surviving on money. They will die very quickly. We'll hunt them down. Goodbye. Goodbye, troll. For real. Anyone with that thinking will be gone. This is what Jesus is going to do. He's going to come along, sort you mob right out. Simple as that. See, it's just like this question before we do the Lord's Prayer. It's like this question. I put a bit more light so I can see what I'm doing. Okay. Well, this question is going to sound very weird, but I do love you. Now you're probably thinking, that's very weird. You don't even know me. How can you say this? But if people can say they hate you without even knowing you, what is wrong with saying that you love someone without knowing them? This is the world we live in. It's called equal opportunity. Why would that not be allowed? But when you say you love someone now, you're seen as a threat. An enemy to be picked on or attacked. Well, here we have the Lord's Prayer. This is what I think we was missing last night. So I hope in 5 seconds time we don't hear a smash outside or anything like that, because that just took me right out. But you want to notice something? I never broke character once, because I do not normally speak like this. No, this is a voice I put on. So I didn't even break character. How's that for a content creator? For the Archangel Michael, which I am both. Okay, are we ready? Here's my favorite part, because I get to make this sound very ethereal if I want. Let's ham it right up, shall I, Pinky Eyes? Give you something very special. Okay, here we we go. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but to deliver us from evil. Hail Mary, full of grace. Amen. And now we have God in the chat. Did that sound pretty familiar to you guys? I turned down the God echo. Well, that's how they do it in the church, isn't it? Hello, Golden Dragon Queen. How are you going? It is good to see the people here, the family and the friends. People uniting together for a common cause. And at the end of the day, it's not so much the creators on YouTube, it's YouTube themselves that are responsible. We can make them accountable, then we will actually achieve something much more. Well, that's about it, really. Just last night, that was pretty freaky. And like I noticed when I was looking at the live last night, the guy, he even had a Jesus jumper on and the whole bit. So I found it, like I said, I don't know whether you see the humor in it. But myself, if I was in a car accident like that and got out of the car, and someone come walking up out of the dark with a white mask on, claiming he was the Archangel Michael, I would have told him to piss off. And that's a fact, and I'm the guy who was the mask. No, that's it. If someone come walking out, I'd look twice before I start talking to him. I probably wouldn't tell him to piss off, but that's the irony of it. You know what I mean? To me, it just is completely. It was funny, in a sense. I'm glad he wasn't hurt, but you got to look at it from my point of view. What was he on? That stone pillar didn't just grow legs and jump out in front of him. It was literally only 5 meters away from my car. You know, and then he says, "Oh, can I put this NOS as for balloons in your car?" And I reckon, no, because NOS is not for balloons. Helium's for balloons. Comes in a little brown cylinder. What he was talking about was little NOS bottles, you know, for your soda streams and stuff like that. Well, the young ones here, they crack them, snip them, and it gives them a high. So that explains why the post must have jumped out and got him. That's a solid granite post. They probably charge him near on buddy. Oh, they'd probably charge him a fortune. They'd probably charge him $3,000 that they're going to replace that stone. I think there was a little chip of it too. Crazy. Very crazy. But yes, that's right. Well. So he was on Dangs. They call him Dangs. That's the nickname for him, Dangs. So when he said that, I said, no, you can't have that in my car. But that's what he was on. That explains everything of the situation. Because that thing didn't grow legs. And he didn't smell of alcohol. And he was quite, well, that thing there lasts for like, how can I put it? It's like a rush for about 15 seconds. And they get a bit of euphoria for about 15, 20 minutes after. And then I crack another one. I don't know. I've never tried them. I've just heard about it and seen them. And I think they're idiots doing that shit. It's like sniffing glue. Pretty much like sniffing glue. Just without the solvent. Enough of them can kill you. So he must have had a box of these things in his car. Lucky it didn't explode. NOS, when I first heard it, yeah, well, could have been, wasn't NOS for the bloody turbo for the car. Like in Mad Max. That's absolutely crazy. I just, wow. Bang. I actually thought, from where I was standing, when that bang hit, I thought it hit the back of my car. I thought, oh no, come on now. I don't need that. But yes. But he was alright. That was the main thing. I got the hug out where he wanted a hug. Oh, can I have a hug? Oh, yes, you're still alive. Crazy. I've seen worse. I've seen worse. But I haven't come up with the mask on before. That was a first. That was a big first for me. Surprisingly, he just didn't look at me and just take off through the bush. I probably would have. I would have stepped back. Hey, what's this bloke coming after this? I just got through. No, that's the thing. I just got through telling people that this park, yes, there's had murders in this park and everything. And then this accident happens, and I come walking out of the dark with a mask on. Yeah, that's yeah, very ironic for me. I found it quite hilarious in my mind how I seen things play out. I couldn't have arranged that if you paid me, actually. God must have wanted to put it on the show. I could just imagine what you was going through. Yeah, I just, I was thinking that, should I take off the mask? No, bugger it, I'm going to keep character. See how we go. Well, that's how they would do it in the live reporters, wouldn't they? They wouldn't break even if the wind's going to hit them with a big log. And here we are now in the cyclone, and the bring, oh, here comes the log now. Bang! That's it. Oh, sorry about that. There's a technical delay. We lost transmission. You know, dedicated to the bit. I never broke character. Come on now, I should get an award for that. That's the first thing my nephew picked up on. Oh, you didn't even break character. Silly. I said, if you was there, it would have been hilarious. Because he would have been about the same age, you know. It would have been very funny. Yeah, that would be creepy. Come out, Tomas, who are you? Especially I come out, oh, that's all right, mate. I'm just the Archangel Michael. You're fine, you're fine. He looks at the car, looks at the accident, looks at this guy saying Archangel Michael, looks up and says, well, I'm not high enough yet to be in the clouds with Jesus. Why is he here? Must have been, well, that's what I said. If it would have been someone that was a bit more level-headed, busted, being disorientated from the bang, because he would have just hit that wheel and busted himself. So, you know, he was disorientated. But even if I was like that disorientated, someone walking up with a mask, I'd say, hey, what are you all about? No, in my mind, that's someone coming up to see whether they could take your wallet while you're laying there knocked out from a car accident. That's just the way my mind thinks. Like I said, I just put it funny, very funny. Ah, well, there you go. See, the thing is, he would not get away with that. He's going to get trouble straight away because the tow truck drivers are the same as the police. They're connected. Okay? When they get a call out like that, they'll record everything. That'll go to the police. Police will contact them. And if he doesn't record it himself, they'll probably charge him more. That's just the way the law functions here. They're all connected. They done this deal. They say, well, if we're gonna keep rocking up to accidents, and we have two tow truck drivers fighting over who's gonna take the tow, then you're gonna start working for us, and we allocate your areas, and we'll make sure that no one jumps in on anyone else's claim, because there's a lot of claim jumpers, you know. Tow truck driver wars, pretty big thing. You see people there laying there bleeding out from accident. Two tow truck drivers are punching the piss out of each other to see who's going to tow away the wreck. Crazy. But they work with the police now. So anything like that, doctors, you know, priests, police, fire brigade, ambulance, they hear anything that's criminal based, they report that straight away. That's it. They're all part of the one organization. Now that's part of the training, part of the policy. And if you report enough, then you go up even higher in escalation. It's all about that now, trying to make this free world. You want this free world with all these things, like I said, you're going to end up like North Korea. North Korea have got very little crime. North Korea have got very little of the what things that you don't want in life. But look what they have to give up. You literally have to give up all your freedom, Put it in the government's hands. Entrust them that they're going to have your best interests, and that way you can have your free society. Because then that government can say, well, all these ones that touch children, all these ones that murders, we just put them straight on a wood chipper. Bert, out they go. Chum order. They're talking about free order and they start cutting me off. But that's what they could do. That's what they got planned. All about money at the moment. As long as that money keeps flowing around. But the more of us that become knowledgeable, the more the message gets out, the more the earth starts to learn, the more people wake up what's going on around us. Well, that's when they'll just click the notch and go into the new world order, new narrative. I'm glad your comment's back. Yes. Yes, I don't know what happened. I said the comments was on. I don't know whether YouTube was playing around with me, because I checked all my settings and I couldn't believe it. I thought, oh, gee, there's someone watching, but everyone must be busy. It wasn't too late when I went in, looked through. I could see the comments, and I said, gee, what, how come I couldn't see them when I was live? So, crazy. Hello, Maji. Always saying hello. And you know, you really do. You really do look very similar to my auntie Marjorie, who lives in Kalgoorlie, one of the tribal elders. You really do. When I first seen you, I thought, no, someone's having a joke. Literally, I thought someone was having a pull at me. When I seen your face, when I seen your picture there, I thought, oh no, that can't be her, because that's my auntie in Kalgoorlie. Why would she butt me? She's trying to duck me. Won't answer my questions. But yeah, that freaked me right out. Oh, that's when people talking about MK Ultras and all this stuff, and I'm thinking, oh no, come on now. But I know that you're a good person and a good heart, and you're Marjorie Smith. Fluffy is your nickname. And you're not my auntie, but you look exactly like her. You truly do. If I had a picture around there, I'll show you. You think, gee, I'm looking at the mirror. Almost. Oh, that's okay. Well, it's true, though. It's really true. When I see, oh my goodness, what when something's pulling my leg? But there's not. You must have a doppelganger. They reckon everyone's got a double out there. No, I thought I seen my father once. I woke up, it was actually an Indian man. Well, my dad, when I told him that, he said, oh, no, bloody Indian doppelganger. Poor old man. But from behind, it looked exactly like him. Yes. Well, last night's live, I just got when I looked through the footage, how he's actually got the Jesus jumper on and all. So, oh well, that just said it all to me. Crazy. I hope it goes viral, and I say, thank you, God. Thank you for making me get a little bit higher up in the chain. Get that message out that I need. Build this platform up so it can be strong enough. So if I ever do report anything that's going to be real, they won't be in a hurry to take it down. At the moment, they could just shut me off like a tap. Oh, Sagar Reveal, how are you going? I hope you are well. Yes, that's the video for you guys. Well, what do we do? Go back to the chat. Not so good. I'm up to date. Yes, that was very interesting indeed. Put a bit more light on this here. Oh, what's going on? Oh, battery running out. Oh, battery running out. That's all right. I'll get another one soon. That's just how it is. Bit misty in here. Bit cool outside tonight. Funny or not. Yes, usually at 3 o'clock in the morning, you hear it going crazy outside here. And you think that the drugs they're on make them go to sleep, because it's the heroin usually, but now they're up and about. The main dealer, they moved out, and the house is a complete and utter wreck. Inside is like, the house is lucky to be standing. Missing tiles, inside's all wrecked out, the yard's all very messy. It looks like a shambles. But yet they were lined up down the road in cars earlier on today, bidding to what they're going to buy it for. I think it was on the market for about $510,000. That's how ridiculous it was. A dilapidated house that you best off putting a match in. Start again. But now the land and house, someone will end up doing that up. They probably bid it, probably got it for about $460, because it was pretty real worn down, pretty busted up. But the outside was intact. That's the thing. So yeah, crazy. The land prices over here in Australia, crazy. Rent's gone through the roof. I mean, like I said, it's a very expensive country. I could take you to places where people are camping on the bridges with families and kids, but then they won't let me film, because usually when people are that destitute, especially in Australia, they don't want you filming them at their lowest point. They'll get irate or angry. And unless I've got something to offer, well, and that costs money and all that stuff to do that. And I just don't have that kind of funds. Something I'd like to do, but it's a little bit out of my way at the moment. Stick to the main course. Stick to getting this channel strong. Stick to getting all my friends good. Stick to talking to people. Stick to saying the Lord's Prayer, which I don't hear anyone really say. I could say other prayers. I could. They are good, especially if they're from the heart and they're truly meaning. And you praise God and ask Him for these kind things. But at the end of the day, the Lord's Prayer, when they asked Jesus, how do we pray to God? He said, well, this is the best way. Let me show you. And that's why I would say he would have said, not the Holy Spirit. He would have said, Hail Mary, full of grace. Because when he was saying it, I bet you he was looking down at his mother, and she would have been proud of this man, the son, standing there, telling all these people about God, giving them hope. And he would have been proud of his mum, who thought, yes, without you, mother, and my father, I could have never been the son. And that's the true thing. See, in the Bible, they say the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Well, bullshit. What Holy Spirit? Where did it come from? Out of the Spirit? Out of a bloody flask? Out of a test tube? No, they just got rid of the woman. That's man's way of getting rid of the woman all the time, putting her behind. Oh, no, what does a woman know? Sit down, shut up. Same as Albert Einstein. He was never in that field of EMC equals square. He was never in that field at all. That was his wife's field. And she couldn't say it out at that time, because what does a woman know at that time? You see? Look at your real history. It's his story. His story? His story. Oh, his story. Well, when's her story going to be told? When's our story going to be told? Take that one. His story, eh? History. There you go. No, what is done sometimes. We can't reverse the time. No matter how we redo the books, we can find what really happened. We can educate ourselves with to what cause? More division, more hate. That's what Satan hopes, He hopes one day that education comes out. He hopes that people see it in the wrong fashion. He's doing it already. Bit by bit. Even through ordinary people. Well, like the black owl. Ordinary people that turn into vicious, cruel trolls. And trolls, well, they live in mountains. And watch YouTube. God thinks it's bloody Zeus in his mountain. One of the fallen. Zeus, the one that controls lightning. Same as Lucifer, who took up the name Satan. Because Lucifer was the name that his father had given him. So he even desecrated his own name by changing it to Satan. Simple as that. His name is Lucifer. That's not a bad name to say. He actually doesn't like being called that. You want to call him up, you got to call up Satan. Lucifer, yeah, bullshit. Luciferians, they know, they say that there because they spite him. Well, he'll spite them too one day. They wish they never done anything like that. He's far more cunning than they give him credit for. See, man laughs at the devil. You know, man laughs at him. God sits back and just shakes his head. His son just gets even more angry. You know what I mean? No reason why he's down here, because he doesn't really like fucking man running his own shop. Alright? That's the only reason why he started barking up. Once God said, oh well, mankind's the only one that can run its own shop, design its own future. I just hope they stick to my rules. And all Satan started beating out the, wow, fuck this, we should be stealing them from them. We should be killing them off. You know, we deprave the sex a little bit. That'll fucking teach them. You know, an old angel, oh, that's a cool beat. You know, oh, what? You slip by, give a drive-by, take these drugs, yet, and steal his woman. That's the thing, that's the rage, isn't it? Been a rage for thousands of years, that rage. It's pretty hooky. I get hooked up to that same music again and again, all the time. Like I said, when Satan was first raging out those beats, not a single angel thought anything against what he said. That's a strange thing, you know. Angels are not in the same thinking as man. Man's got their own type of thinking. Angels are bound by rules. Even Satan, he's bound by rules, or he wouldn't be in the position that he is. He had to do whatever he wants, like a human, but he can't. Nothing in the universe can do what humans are allowed to do. A lot of things out there, aliens, that when they start figuring out that they are made by God, they start coming here fucking around. That's why you get all these bloody abductions and all these bloody UFOs and shit. Like I said, there's more elements at play for this fertile pill and this human race on it than just God, Satan. No, there's man, there's other dimensions, there's bloody alien beings, all kinds of stuff happening. And it's not just one type of man, there's a few factions of men. Like I said, Satan don't need bombs to kill you. He needs what I got in my pocket, really. You know, he'll take them. He'll let humanity build all that shit, and then, like I said, he will step in, contract them up, bang, he got the fucking control. Then he just pushed that button, poof, all gone. He found another way of doing it instead of trying to defeat me. Can be done, you know. He's crafty. Humans are crafty. Something that I may say is impenetrable, cannot be broken except for the element that I have. Well, humans are that crafty. They can create a hot enough laser that's more powerful than the center of a sun. You know what I mean? Very crafty. You could put a man in a prison and say it's an inescapable prison, only to find him get out. Man is very crafty. If you was an alien being, and you seen this fertile pill down here, and you looked at everything and you thought, oh, this man, what is he good for us? Why do we need this man when we could just wipe them out and have this fertile pill for ourselves? We are that powerful. We are beyond any of their gods. Because we are so advanced. No. Nowhere in the universe is there anything like man. Okay? One, man is a warlike creature. You start doing that and we find out, we'll attack you. Two, man is ingenious. We can put that man in a prison, like I said, and he'll work out how to get out of it. Man can synthesize. We can study things like a fallen UFO, pull it apart, and know how it works, and make them ourselves. We are so unadvanced, they say. Oh, this alien race is so unadvanced. Bullshit. Nuclear weapons. We're so advanced, we can just push a button and end it all. You've got powerful lasers and satellites that cruise around the Earth. And they can shoot straight down into the fault lines of the Earth, create massive tidal waves, earthquakes, displace the land altogether. They've got weapons beyond your imagining, humans. Beyond what you've ever told. My goodness. You ever heard of a quantum bomb? Ask Jerusalem. They got one. Had to dismantle that one. When you watch that movie, Oppenheimer, when they first do the nuclear bomb, they were frightened that they were going to ignite the whole atmosphere, all the iron and that in the atmosphere. So that would have reduced the Earth to a cinder from this one bomb. So they was frightened that this could have happened. Well, that's what the quantum bomb can do. But dismantled because that's how powerful it is. They ignite all the iron and all the nitrogen in the atmosphere. Now just go poof, like the head of a match. The human race and everything on it would have gone. Russia has got the Tsar bomb. The original design was 100,000 megatons. They built one half the size, and it's still the biggest bomb to ever be dropped. Worst part is, it's like sitting there, my son's flicking through YouTube, and he sees this nuclear explosion at the age of 5. He turns around to me, with a tear in his eye, said, Dad, they really got things like that in the world. I said, yes, unfortunately, son, they do. And he started crying because he was more worried about what happened to the trees and the leaves and the grass, because that picture there just evaporated everything. It was all gone. So that's the doom and gloom thing for the kids, puts in their mind. Keep you under control by the threat of nuclear weapons. That's your own country puts those threats into you. That's not an opposition country that puts those ads on your TV, puts those things on YouTube. That's your own country that allows that, to keep you frightened. So that enables them to keep nuclear bombs, to keep you protected. You see how that rolls? One day, I would like a politician to step up, one that's in control of nuclear arsenal, and say, well, we're putting them all in the trash. We're going to take all the missiles apart, use that for space technology, to fly things into space. All the nuclear warheads, we're going to reduce to nuclear fuel for the betterment of mankind and not the destruction of mankind. And I guarantee you get one of those big suckers do that. The rest might start to follow suit, because the rest of the world will tell them to follow suit. The only way that they couldn't then is if they used those nuclear bombs. This is how easy it is, just as easy as I said it. Why can it not be? Why can I not say, well, I'm sorry, Zelensky, we're sick of your bullshit. We're having elections in Ukraine tomorrow. When they vote someone else in, that person will be strong enough and brave enough to make a deal and get that war finished. Okay? You're not going to get Putin out of power because he's got his finger on too many bombs. Certain men you're not going to approach, so you approach the other one, who's actually put the sanction on any elections in his country while this war runs. So that means he stays in power like a dictator. You know, he living it big, wife living it big, having a party, getting all that money, and yet all that money that's been sent, all those weapons that were sent, you can look it up, only half the money ever got there, and half the weapons, well, never even got there at all. They were sold. He sold those weapons. As soon as they said, oh, here's $1 billion worth of weapons, he went and sold $500 million worth of them. This is a fact. Only to watch all this money that's been spent to watch what? A $27 drone from Kmart flying around with a bomb on it. So they look like to me. Most expensive one was about $69 from JB Hi-Fi. You know? I never believed it the first time, guys. First time when that war started, they had, the pilot of Kiev flying around. He stopped all these Russian jets. And when you found out that it was footage from a game, digital footage from a game that wasn't even real, and you still want to believe that Zelensky's the good guy. Tanks that have been blown up the day before. We had a battle the day before. We're going to show they blown up tanks. But they've got that much deep rust in them. They've been there for nearly 30 years. Things when you blow them up, tanks that are built fucking to be unrustable, cannot sit there with 30 years worth of deep rust in them that were blown up yesterday. You know, Ukraine, the only reason why Ukraine was even attacked, they won't tell you this, but this is the fact. Ukraine is renowned for allowing militia groups to function anywhere they want in that country. And along the Crimea, along that part that he first annexed, right? There was many there. And they were going across into the border and performing terrorist attacks on Russia and surrounding countries, recruiting their own little militias like Azov, who had all the Nazi symbolism, and then ended up becoming a branch of the Ukrainian army with still all the Nazi symbolism. That was the first one he got. He went right through Crimea till he got him at that port. And that's when you hear that little whinging asshole, the neo-Nazi, sitting there, come and help us. We're in the bunker. They got us surrounded. We put up the women and children as a shield, while us men hide in the lowest part. And what happened to them? He got rid of them. That's what you got to look at. You got to look at all those statues in Kiev there, all those statues in the street. They're all ex-bloody Nazis. And they have a parade every year where they praise them up. Come on now. When that war finished, World War II, all those Nazis, all those head SS and all that there, they became the police officers. They had to keep the country in check. Where other militaries around the world weren't going to stay there forever. Who do you think took charge? Those that were in charge. Look at the history, guys. Look at the history. That's what happened. You know? There's a big thing there. Ukraine, well, when it first started off, for the first few weeks, he was going to do a deal. Yep, I'm ready to deal. And old Biden whispers in here, don't do that. Don't do that. And he fell asleep. Fell asleep on the deal. Put him into war and then fell asleep on the deal. Why? Why did America jump in? America didn't jump in. Australia wouldn't jump in and play lick ass. Send over fucking billions of dollars and all our best machinery. What the fuck we do that for? I reckon that was a waste of time. They all just follow suit, no matter which government gets in the power. Oh, yep, Ukraine. So there's obviously some best interest. They're backing up the Commonwealth and all this here. Well, something going on, right? Simple as that. And you'll find out in the end, it's all about the GDP. The money, mate, the money. Money. So, what have you got in charge now in America? Well, you got a man that knows about money. Yes, he's had a few downs, but he's had a hell of a lot of ups too. He changed your country around. Eggs went right down. Oof. Started getting money back from Ukraine instead of sending it. Done a deal with the minerals. Bang. He's slowly doing deals. Not as fast as he said he would. But if you look what he's doing, he's making America great again in paperwork. Now for you, the rest of you, to get off your bum and work it out. Not all of America is like that, but that's what I'm trying to say. That's what he's trying to do. The ones that are against him, well, who are you barricading for? Them other two. The other two to open up the country, let everyone in, fund every war, allow drugs to run your streets freely, reduce the powers of the police. In fact, some places there was no police allowed to be at all. Same as over in that dickhead over in Canada. He followed suit. He was an idiot. But look at what's going on. Why would you allow someone to function like Satan and vote them in just because it's a woman that is going against a white guy that you don't like? You're going to barrack for this fucking idiot that's speaking out all this Marxism. There's nothing that Kamala Harris spoke was nothing but Marxism and communism. Because that's all that is. That's straight out of the book of Marxist. Straight out of the book of Lenin. That shit is you speaking. You fell for it every step of the bloody way. I wouldn't put a faith in everybody bloody playing a game of hopscotch. I'm sorry. No. Couldn't answer a question straight. No one knew what she was talking about, including herself. No one's a coconut just falling out the tree. What, you know what that means? You know what a coconut means in this country? You know what she's trying to say? You reckon she's not racist and she's this and that, or now she's black because it's the black folk got to get in. You know what a coconut is? That's a black person that's really white underneath. That's a fucking coconut. Are you a coconut, she's saying to you? You said that to an Aboriginal person over here, you get knocked clean out. Ask Ernie Dingo at the train station. That's a fact. That's a racist thing. I'm sorry, but that's very racist. Sorry, I'm taking my jumper off because it's hot. That's extremely racist. Well, it is. Coconut. What when you crack open the coconut, it's brown on the outside. When you crack it open, what's inside? White. That's the most racist thing you can say to a black person. I don't know how you're not aware of this. That's like saying, you're just a coconut. It means you're an acting. You might be black skinned, but you're just acting as one really white underneath. You think about that one. And she dropped this on that one. What, you a coconut? Just fell out of the tree. So she's saying that you're a monkey coconut cunt that just fell out the tree. Fuck that. Why would you be voting for someone like that? Then she got dickhead sleeping right next to her. You want to ask her questions, she doesn't even acknowledge you. She's like no banjo, rocks up with no banjo. Oh, that was the team that was barracking her, wasn't it? Well, I'd be fucked. And when you're like Joe Biden and Kamala Harris, and you see this Freedom Fighter Award, you go into there, see who they give Freedom Fighter Awards to. Because I guarantee they gave out a few. Okay? And you've got to be on that Freedom Fighter list a few years before they even decide to give it to you. So why Biden and this Kamala Harris, if she's so-called black, was in power, why didn't they give Jaguar Wright her Freedom Award? It was been sitting right there on the page. Why didn't they give it to her? Oh, not in our fucking best political interest. We won't give her fucking shit. We back in Diddy. Like the Black Owl. How dare she? How dare she? After all this year, we know Diddy's guilty. We know he's evil. We know he's done bad things. We've even seen the footage of him bashing that woman. I want to see the rest of the footage that he's done, no matter how sick it is. Right? So that way we know what the fucking evidence is. Okay? Expose the people that were there too, laughing and doing it with him. The other stars and famous ones that the FBI are now checking out and saying, well, we got something here shaking in front of you, and it's not a bag of drugs. Right? So, now that we got all these tapes, you see this here. Oh, aren't you the president of France? Aren't you the president of Ukraine? Aren't you the president? Oh, why are you doing at this party? Look at this here. What you're doing with this little boy. You're going to work for us? Why do you think they haven't been released in such a fashion? Why do you think there's only so many people there? Why do you think they haven't pushed all those tapes? Sit there for hours. It would have been 6 months worth of viewing of tapes. And they're only going to review a couple. Oh, mate, doing exactly the same thing he was pulling over them. I got this tape over you. You better start playing what Diddy wants to say. Ha ha. Now whoever's got those tapes, which is the FBI, they're doing the same thing. Ha ha. We the Diddy now. But we don't run a white party. We run a jail cell. The ones that got the Epstein list, well, the CIA, you would have got that list. Well, you'd be killing every celebrity that you know. But CIA got them. You're not going to see that. Goodbye. Bye-bye files. What happened to them? Oh, X-Files now. Gone. Never to be seen. You see that one? That's called factions. Your own government. You know, that's why Trump can sit there and say, well, I don't know why they pushed those drones out. I've got no idea why they're doing that. You know what they are, Mr. Trump? Oh, yeah, I know what they are, but I don't know why they're doing that. He never told you what they are, but he knew what they was. And then he was got told, oh, don't shoot them down, just leave them. You know why? Because they're fucking yours. Not because there's some enemy and they're going to create some fucking international fucking intergalactic fucking war. Wake up. Get out of fucking Hollywood. Pull your head out your ass. That's your fucking own drones. Line up to take your fucking police forces and your jobs and all that fucking shit. Goodbye. Hello, the New World Order was floating around. You fucking let it happen. Oh, don't shit. They don't pay that any mind. We know what it is. We don't know why they're doing it, but don't know why they're doing that. What are they? Oh, we know, but we just don't know why they're doing it. Hey, you see the government giving a fucking big shrug? They didn't give a fuck. That bullshit with that balloon floating over. Fuck off, bullshit. You can't tell me that America would have shut that fucking thing straight down. They took, what? How long before they could shut that down? Bullshit. That was allowed to happen. Oh, they've been shooting them down for weeks now. We'll let one get through, so we make them look like the aggressor. Even though we know they're fucking there because they tell us they're coming. Why? Well, they was just having a party with the Chinese president at the back. They got this fucking world believing that we're going to go to nuclear war. Well, they might go to war. But that's just a fucking show. Come on now. You've got the President of the United States, the most highest paid, highest job, the top job. Yet you tell me whether Donald Trump has clearance to walk into Area 51, because he fucking doesn't. Right? He can't just be there, your top man. He can't walk into Area 51, but guess what? Hillary Clinton can, even now. She can retire, and she can still fucking walk into there. Why? Because she's got the clearance. Trump doesn't have clearance for Area 51. He's got to put that through the Senate. There's got to go through certain things. They're going to shift certain things around he's not allowed to see before he's even allowed to step foot on the fucking base. Same as Pine Gap in Australia. Pine Gap belongs to America. One of the best listening places in the world. No matter, that's like an Area 51 here too. Same type of shit happens. Same strange shit. Our Prime Minister can't walk into there. He's got to fucking ask America. And that's in our country. So, are they just frontmen? Or are they generals? And like the North Korean guy, he's just a bit of a rogue one at the moment. Okay? Because you'll find there's airports all around the world, secret ones, where they've got all their own. They've got 5 American jets, 5 Chinese jets next to that, 5 this, 5 that, all ready to go for the New World Order under UN, in case the world is really attacked by aliens. Work it out. This is all fucking some sort of game to keep you under subjective control. We'll talk up nuclear weapons for 100 years, keep them subjugated, then we'll actually have a real one. Oh, we had a stage now where we can stage a fake alien fucking landing and make it totally convincible. Oh, we had a stage now where we can clone a fucking fake Messiah and build a fake God in the fucking CERN reactor. We at that stage now. We fucking almost at the top of the fucking Tower of Babel, ready to be knocked down again. And when we're knocked down, we're back like animals and apes running around fucking speaking shit, called Babel. It's like the Bible. No, change a couple of words and you got Babel. only part of that that fucking resolves us is the bloody last part. The rest of it, you can go and sleep on it like a pillow. You got more faith in you and your heart and your mind than you ever have in that book. Just a sleeping pill. Like I said, Dumbo can fly without the magic feather. Okay? Dumbo could always fly without the magic feather. As long as the church used that, the church is corrupt, how can you put any trust in that book? And the way things go, you just can't concept this. Even if I tried to get you to concept it. Right? It's in our hands, our fate. We've written a book there, we ran it like a fucking premonition. Well, if that's the case, why don't we fucking rub it all out and write something else? Which is what Satan hopes to do, but he wants to run that one because he's already put his fucking algorithm in that book. But I can guarantee you read that end part. God doesn't really want it to run any of that way. No way. None of this new bloody Jerusalem will end up in a fucking cube. Fuck that. When you've got a whole earth to be living on. That's the matrix there, guys. Sorry. You follow that one. No, and it says, oh, God's going to always win. Well, that's not the case. There's a big chance that mankind doesn't pull its finger out, and God's not going to fucking win. And you'll be in doom and gloom. There's a chance that God, no, that's it. You don't understand that yet. Teaching this here that God's always going to win, that God's always got it on. No, it's not so. It's not so. It is not so. It's not true. It's untrue. It's the wrong way of thinking. You have to understand there's going to be an end if you don't pull your finger out, or you will never know. You're always going to think someone's going to fucking save you. God wants you to do this for yourself. He ain't saving no one. Unless you do it for yourself, and then he saved you. Through you, by you having faith. All about faith, blind faith. You think about it. You're talking about a bloke no one's ever seen. What? Here we go. No one's ever seen. Supposed to be every fucking way in the universe at all at once. Right? So you're saying a lot of impossible fucking things here. Right? They ought to fucking be good in that bullshit. Why is it so much evil? Why is all the death? Why is all these kids getting stolen? Where's all the kids? If God's so powerful and be able to do this, why is the church always going to take fucking money? If God's so powerful and create the fucking universe, and why? You think about that. Think about all the bullshit that you're told about God. No, you've been told wrong about God this generation, the generation before, anyone that's alive, actually. Anyone that's alive. You know, you got no real concept of how he really thinks. No, you don't. No concept of God, well, that's false. That's like saying to everyone, like, that's just how stupid it is. That's just a stupid fucking analogy. Oh, when you die, heaven's going to be like your best dream. No, it's not. It's going to fucking be God's plan. Better than anyone's dream. Because how's that function? A heaven? With all of everyone's dreams going at the same time? Fuck, that's chaos as hell. That's worse than hell. Oh, well, does it function that every time someone dies, then a new one in? Oh, no, we've got to rechange heaven to what they think. No, we're going from Michael Jackson disco ball. We're going to fucking, what's it, no? Bloody, no, the waltz. We're going back to the black and white. Whoop. Oh, this oldie, she come up here. Oh, she remembers doing fucking the worm. So we all sitting there doing the fucking worm because that was her favorite thing to do. You think about that. Oh, everyone's playing fucking hopscotch. The whole heaven of decades playing hopscotch. You know? It's God's plan. A little section for everyone. You got it all worked out. And when you get up there, you're going to think, fuck, you'll forget about your dreams. Because there'll be nothing like what he's got ready for us. Got ready for everyone. But you got to be, faithful enough. You got to put your blind faith in something that you're never going to be able to see or touch. This is where it's a sad thing. If you've never had a good mother in your life, right, growing up as a child, and most times, and like through your life, the love that you have from a good mother This is the closest you can ever find the love of God. You want to know how God will love somebody? It's the love that a mother has for their child. Because her mother loves the child because she gave birth to that child, and that's life. God loves life. That's how God loves. Okay? The closest that we could ever feel God's love is if you had a good mother. Unfortunately, a lot of people haven't had that. Okay? And it's good to have both parents, to have a good mind and physical strength of upbringing, and a good sense of both sexualities. One-sided, well, that's a lot of kids are raised that way. But if you've got a good mother, that's as close as you're ever going to get to the love of God. Okay? So that is why my sister Roma, she has an upside-down cross tattooed on her. Couple, actually. Fucking big A on her fucking guts too, idiot. Marked herself well and truly, that one. I told her I wasn't very pleased about that shit. But anyways, that was upside-down cross because she thought she was not worthy of God. Because she's an orphan. And the only mother she knew was an adopted mother who brutalized her, essayed her, and done all types of things to her for 9 years, left her in her own shit. Used to say to her, because you're a gypsy, you fucking, that's naturally stink. Only to find out she had no gypsy blood in her whatsoever. Mother just did that and stored it into the kid's mind. Totally programmed, completely wrong. So I've got all the time in the world for my sister. No matter if she does very wrong. Okay, she was never programmed right. And the way she's actually been so successful and reprogrammed herself is fucking phenomenal. That's why she's an inspiration. It's not so much the message, what she's doing. Not so much the fucking, a little bit of rude pictures that she might have had to put out there to make a buck. You have a look at the struggle right through and how successful she now is. She owns businesses. She's a small music promoter. She's got a lot of stores, online bloody game, secondhand gaming thing, the whole bit going. It's quite intelligent for a 27-year-old, turning 28 very soon. No, my luck is probably a birthday today because I know it's either the 1st of June or July, one of the two. But you get that. No, that's what I look at the success. No, these ones I feel is very sad. Very sad for a lot of these victims. How many victims of this case are going to be sitting there that haven't come forward? There's going to be quite a few thousand young girls and young boys that are now men and women sitting there quiet. Even some young ones that would just happen to be apart before everyone got figured out. No, they'll be sitting there quiet, too frightened to step forward. Imagine that. Oh, he's going away that way. I'm just frightened. Well, it's not going to be as long as people think. No, looking at the laws in America, well, all he has to do is take this brave it on, bring it all on, to say to his lawyer, say, fucking let him bring it all on. Put it all on the table. And when we get to that 35-year point, I'll do my plea bargain. And then I'll fucking throw the rest of it out before it even gets a hearing. You do a plea bargain, get 10 years, I'll take the time that he's already served, right? He'll get out in fucking 7, at best. 7 fucking years, you're gonna fucking clap. Even way you put fuck all away. You're gonna have no and you're gonna out and fucking start again. Party back on, boys. He'll go fucking get a banjo, no banjo, and fucking all them kids. Reclaim his title. Because that's all they're doing at the moment that he's locked up in there. They're all just jocking around who's going to be the next fucking white party owner. And all beyond fucking all Beyonce fucking no banjo come bouncing out. It is an all. Oh, on the horse. I got the white party, guys. My ass. Hi, Kendrick. You got that camera on? Yep, good. I'll see you there, Kendrick. Howdy. All part of the same check crew. That's what I call them, a check crew. You better check them all out, because they're all part of the same crew. All get the same check from the same guy, from the same companies, from the same musicers, from everything. Like I said, if they're really, really fighters, like Kendrick Lamar keeps saying he is, well, sorry, he wouldn't be fucking be where he is. He'd be where Jagu is, struggling. And when people start to wake up to that, well, they might start to wake up to fucking reality. Yep, Hollywood movies, guys. Hollywood movies, music, fucking brainwashed us to death. And two things that run that is advertising. So that's one thing that runs the world. You run the advertisement companies, you run the media that advertises everything, you run the world. You say the narrative. You say what has to be said. You can say what can be said. Right? Then you own the pharmaceutical companies. Oh, you can fucking tell everyone what to take. Take away all the stuff that they need. Control the world. You own those two things. All you got to do then is fucking own all the water. Oh, that's it. Turn the tap off. It's called monopoly. Go down to the store, buy yourself a monopoly board, and have a look what the fucking world's playing you like. Transportation? Well, that's not train stations. There's fucking airports now. Yes, we got to live with it. We do. We have to live with it. Only the ones that are capable of doing something about it. But we really want change. We really want change. We're going to have to just try to get some. There's no point. Oh, how can I put this? You say get someone into politics. Only for them to get into politics, unless they do some sort of quiet handshake fucking deal, they won't be allowed to be in politics. Because it's so corrupt. Unfortunately, it is. It's just the corrupt way that they play it. Corrupt way is done. You can't fix it if it's all corrupt. Okay? 10 years. I've not been in the home for 6 years now. I've not seen my son 2.5 years and a 2-year-old granddaughter. And that was only able to see for 20 minutes. Oh, well. I feel so sad for you. But this is the way. You know? And what is driven, I know things are driven like that sometimes. But to not be able to see your loved ones, because of choices. So I can understand because of distance sometimes. But, well, it's just like me. I was never allowed to be part of raising my oldest daughter. For the first, basically from the age of 5 to 14. So that's all those years I missed out that I'm never ever going to get back. And I would have loved to see a sports day at school. No, the way the mother was, was just being complete asshole for no reason. Because that kid was under no threat, and I paid all the maintenance. I did all the right things. It's just, I don't know, wanted to be controlling, I guess. So that's it. And now me and my daughter, we're inseparable when we talk. She's always ringing me, always talking to me, always telling me about her achievements. She's actually going to go with the Alcoa mines at the moment. They're going to do some mapping, Aboriginal mapping up there. So she's actually going to get paid for that. So that's pretty good. Doing things. She's better. No, she's very good. Yes, well, that's right. You can't give CPR to already dead situation. Well, I understand that one. Sometimes the water's gone too far under the bridge. If that makes sense. If that makes sense. I mean, when my late partner, Kelly, died, the young kids, Ryan and Sophia, with, when she passed away, my ex-partner, Sharon, was still alive, the mother of my oldest daughter. And she says, oh, well, now that, no, years passed and you're single and I'm single. I said, no, that's not happening because too much water is going under the bridge for that one to fucking ignite, you know what I'm saying? And I ended up burying her too, only just not long ago. Believe it or not, the funeral was the same day, 2 years apart, the 19th of December. We cremated Kelly, but we buried Sharon. Crazy. But that's just the way it is. Crazy. So that's it. That's like that. Well, there's 2 months gone. My oldest son, 32, 33, something like that. Fucking forget his age. No, well, he hasn't seen his mum. Basically, she left him at the babysitter's house. Never showed back up. And the babysitter didn't know where she was, so they rang welfare. Welfare got in contact with us, and I've had custody and had care of him since he was 5. Rosie and myself went to the family law court to find out what was happening, only to have a letter that was being written from the mum. Basically said want nothing to do with the child and give us, me and my parents, the full fucking control of him. At that time, I was only very young. I didn't own a house at the time. I had a job. But so that's why I went joint custody with my parents. Because if something happened to me, then at least he would be staying with them, staying with family. But I raised him. I raised him by myself. So, but yeah, basically just signed off on that kid. And see, he wasn't the only kid. We found out the fucking history of that woman. My goodness. My goodness, indeed. She was she's a little bit older than me. She's 10 years older than me. I was 17 and she was 27. Didn't know that she's already she's got about 9 kids. Done it all to every single kid. Same thing. Absolutely crazy. So he's got all these brothers and sisters running around out there. Raised my son for 17 years. He left home. He is in the business, his own home. Yeah. And there's a wife and daughter, and I'm proud of him. Yes, that's it. That's it. Just like my oldest daughter. I mean, I wasn't happy when she got pregnant at 13, had a baby. I can tell you what. That wasn't proud, because I just knew that kid is going to be victimized and seen as something that she's not. But the thing is, she stayed with the same guy. She's still with the same guy. They've had 3 children together, so I've got 3 grandchildren. And she's basically raising 4 kids. So she's really done well. Because he's a bit of a kid brain. But he used to be, she's actually got him on the straight. She's the one that's got him a job. If he's had a mental condition, she actually goes and puts him in the mental place, and he has to have his spell, and he has to have his rest. And like most young Aboriginal men, they'll be violent towards that. But he hasn't been like that. He's actually tried to hold himself back because he loves my daughter, of course. And there you go. And they're happy with their little way, and that's it. It's been ages since I've had to worry about them 2 arguing. They don't argue. They're pretty good with each other. They got their own thing, and I'm very proud that she's done it basically all on her own. With no help at all, really. So she's my hero. And that's what I say too. You've got to remember that if you're very proud of your kids, you say to them that drop that on them. Say, you know what? Say, you know you're my hero. And you watch the smile and the proudness come into the child. You'll be quite surprised. Well, I've been on an hour and 14 minutes. I've had my rant, had my rave. Everyone's got to get on with their day. I've got to get on with my night and go back to sleep and have a nice sleep in on the Sunday. Isn't that nice? God created a day of rest just so you can sleep in. How wonderful. And then man decided, he want to make you go to church. Fucking bullshit. You ever listen to what it says in that book? God said, fucking have a rest. You work your ass out for 6 days a week, and on the 7th day, fucking have a relax. Have a rest. Think about me. This is the day. Sunday, I give this day to you to have a rest. You want to relax, take it easy, crack a beer. Don't get too drunk. Don't drive drinking. Be good to your fellow man. Well, oh, Saga reveal. I love you too. That's as simple as that. I like you as my moderators, you as our generals, you as supported me. You always been there. Yes, thank you all for coming. I'm going to sign off now. Thank you very much. What showing? It's funny this thing here. I know people there, but it's trying to sing. All right then, I'm going to go now. I will see you next tomorrow night. I've already got it booked up, so I worked out how to do that now. Soon I'll work out how to do premieres so I can just pre-recorded stuff, and then we can just sit back in the chat and we can all have a good chat and have a good giggle. I want to make it fun. Yes, God bless everyone. And thank you for coming. Thank you for supporting. Thank you to my Sticky Eyes, Saga Reveal, Gordon, Smith. Oh, keep going. Oh, what's going on? Not see. You got other names here. Oh. It's getting to that stage where it keeps freezing. And anyone else that come. Thank you for coming. God bless you. And we'll see you tomorrow night. Thank you, guys. Love you all. Thank you. See you next time. Bye for now.